Hey Sharon, this one is for you per your request. I am going to show you how to make this. I don't even know what we're going to call this. I'm going to call it the loop-de-loop. The ceiling loop-de-loop. So you're going to start with a 260 modeling balloon, okay? You're going to inflate it all the way to the end, and you'll see I left just a little tip, okay? And then I'm just going to burp it just a tad bit, okay? So that I'm able to twist it, okay? So then what I'm gonna do, instead of tying it right here, I'm gonna do this all in one action. I'm gonna take this little tip, and then I'm going to tie this, okay? Just like that, so that I can make a circle, okay? So you're gonna make a circle, just like that, okay? Then I'm gonna, so I'm using red and green, okay? Obviously, use the color that you choose. So then I'm going to inflate another. Now what I'm using, let me show you. I'm using a floor pump, and I have that because I am also a balloon twister. However, if you do not have a floor pump, you can use a hand pump. Let me get one. You can use a two-way action. I mean, you can use a one-way action, but it takes longer. So if you don't have a floor pump, then just use your hand pump. Okay? And you're gonna inflate it all the way to the end. And it's getting tight. Woo. All right, and then I burped it. That's what we call burp. Now, then I'm gonna tie it all in one. Remember, to make a circle. Now, I did not mean to do that. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me re-inflate that. All right, so I burped it so that it's a little softer and pliable. So now what I'm gonna do, instead of going straight to the circle, I'm putting it through, again, instead of making a circle, I'm going through the other circle that I made, okay? And then I'm going to tie it off and make the circle, okay? And then, let's call this a junction. You're gonna meet that one with the other junction, and you twist. And now you have that, okay? So we're gonna call this a duplet, just like our round balloons, okay? So we have a duplet of 260s, and we're gonna keep doing that, and then we're going to twist them all together in the middle, okay? So let me go ahead and inflate these. Now, a little tip, stretch your balloon first, and it'll make it a little bit easier to inflate, because you're stressing this has a hole in it. Because you're stressing the balloon, it makes it a little bit easier to inflate. Okay, now depending upon how full you want your piece will determine how many you use. Okay, so now there's several ways you can do this. You can go ahead and tie this right on in, or you can simply make this a duplet and then tie it in. I need to blow this up some more. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I didn't inflate that all the way to the end. So if you really want this to be full, you really want to inflate this all the way. Okay? Leave about that much. And then you're going to just burp it to make it a little bit more pliable. If you're enjoying this tutorial, hit that like button. It does help my channel out a ton. And it is a super small free way to show your support. Thank you, and let's get back to the tutorial, okay? And then, because I'm gonna make this a duplet, I'm gonna tie this all at once, okay? So that's tied, and I have my circle. Okay, let's go with my next color. Okay, remember, bring it through, then tie it off, make a circle, okay? Find the other junction where you tied it, and then you have yourself a duplet. Now, after you do however many you're gonna choose to do, you're gonna take these all just like that, and then you're gonna twist it in the middle, okay? And you'll keep doing that. That's one way to do it. Or, show you the other way. You have options, okay? So instead of making a bunch of duplets, you're gonna just keep tying the balloons into each other. So let me start first with the first one. Okay, make your circle. Okay, then you're gonna go ahead, tie this all at one time. Okay, then you're going to find the junction, pull it in, right? Okay, let me do the next one. Okay, now you're gonna pull this through. See how I did that? And actually, you don't have to do it on both. You can just do it on one. Doesn't matter. So you're gonna tie that. Just like that. Don't let it go. And then you're gonna come down there and tie it in, okay? Now I'm gonna pull this through just to make sure it's locked, okay? So again, you have options. It's up to you how you choose to do it. Then once you have inflated all of your balloons, you're gonna tie so I'm gonna pull it through all of those. You're going to tie a piece of monofilament where the junction is, and then attach your magnet, and then you will hang it, okay? So I'm gonna pull this in, just like that, okay? Now, you do it that way, and then when you're done, you're done. If you do them as duplets, when you get done, you're gonna have to twist it off. Okay? So I'm gonna do a couple more and I'll come back when I'm done. And to make this easier for you, if you're gonna do them as duplets, instead of you waiting to get several duplets and then pull it in, because it might be a little rough on your hands, you can just pull them in individually. So I'm just gonna take this one, right? Find the center, and I'm going to, when I do this, I'm gonna stretch it a little bit so I can pull it through. And then once it's in there, I just twist it to make sure that it's secure. Okay? So that might make it a little easier on your hands. Now, this looks like one side's red, one side's green. So obviously, if you wanted to mix it up, you can move things around. Okay? So you can get it the way you like it. So it looks like it's more mixed as opposed to, you know, one separated, if that made sense. All right, I'm gonna come back when I'm finished to show you the finished product. Okay, so this is done, and this is 12 260 modeling balloons. You can do more if you like. That is up to you. You are the designer. Also want to let you know, because they're modeling balloons, if you want to shape them, you can, okay? And give it a nice little bend to add interest if you'd like. Again, you burped the balloon when you inflated it, so it makes it a little bit more pliable. So therefore, this should not pop on you. I said should not. However, doesn't mean it won't, because balloons pop, y'all. Balloons pop. I'm simply folding it and going back and forth, and it's going to leave that shape, okay? Again, this is optional. You don't have to do this. I just wanted to give you some ideas. Have fun with this. If you wanted to, you can add a little 5-inch round I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna find a white one, and I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. I do like the shape, but again, it's up to you. I'm gonna add the balloon, the 5-inch balloon to the center. And then I'm going to also possibly hang this so you can see how that works. And then the design is complete, okay? It is very whimsical. It will add a lot of color to the room. And it's very fun. All right, let me add the 5-inch round to the bottom because that's just another option. And I'll be right back. So I'm going to use this hand pump. You can put it on your inflator. I don't feel like turning all that on, so I'm just going to use this. Okay, I think I did 1, 2 pumps. And then you can tie it and then tie it in, or save time, just pull it in. Let me grab this, pull it in. I'm holding on to that nozzle, and I'm going all the way around that center, right? Now, I can tie it off if I want, or I can just kind of do like a figure 8 with this. Back and forth, like the number 8. And that bad boy is not going anywhere. Okay? And then you will have yourself a center. You see that? And of course, you can do it in any color you like. Again, that's just another option. Just to add a little accent color. All right, let me see if I can find myself a magnet. Find my monofilament and my pole if it's here, because if it might not be here in my studio. If it's not, I can't show you. But let me see if I can find it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so fortunately, I do have one of my poles here. I have 2 poles. The other one is a little more lighter, but I'm going to show you this one. This is a popular one. It's called a mag pole, okay? I will provide the link below for it because I know people are going to ask me where to get it. Now, there is a piece that goes on it. You're going to need this piece, okay? It's called a mag mover. And so I need to attach that here to the end of this, okay? So, I'll show you. So I just add this here. Okay, now the great thing about this is I'm never going to have to leave the ground. I'm going to be able to get this all the way to the ceiling. Hold on, let me get it working. And before we get, let me do this step by step. We're going to tie a magnet onto that balloon, okay? Consider the color of your ceiling. This is white, so I would go with white. Okay, but if the ceiling is black or a darker color, you can go with a black. Now, although the ceiling is white, I'm not going to use white today for 2 reasons. One is I want you to be able to see what's going on. And the second thing is this black one already has a piece of monofilament on it. So I'm being lazy. So instead of cutting off a piece of monofilament, and you should know what that is. If not, I'll post a picture here because I don't know what I just did with that whole roll. It's over there on the table somewhere. I'll post a picture inside here and what strength to use. Okay, so you tie it onto this ring. Okay, you just tie it on. You'll see it's knotted several times. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? There you go. It's knotted several times. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead. And you need to consider how low you want this, okay? Now consider that, because you don't want it, if it's for kids, you don't want them to be able to just pull it straight up off that ceiling. So you need to just consider that, because it's going to be based upon how tall that ceiling is. But you're going to simply take that monofilament, and you might want them to be flush mount. That's up to you. Again, you are the designer. So I'm going to go ahead and, let me see how. And tie this in. See how this is kind of a lot for me to try to big balloon. All these little, I don't know what you want to call it. These loop-de-loops. So you can tie it in, or again, you can twist it. It's up to you. I'm going to twist this in. And try not to pop your balloon, because monofilament will cut. It's like floss. You know, you can cut right through. So now, if you're gonna use this as the bottom, consider that. Then your magnet will be on the right on the other side of that. Okay. So this is in. Now, if my sidekick was here, Mark, he would be doing this part for y'all, but he's not here. So, all right, so that's in. All right, so now that is in. Can you see? I'm beating myself up with this balloon. Now, what you're gonna do, this piece right here is when you wanna remove the magnet, okay? But you're gonna have to, you're gonna be fighting with this because this is a monster right here. There's a little slot right here. See the slot? And then on the magnet, I'll show you with the white one. That'd be easier because that balloon is kicking my tail. So you're gonna go ahead and, hold on y'all. I have already attached, as I said, the monofilament and magnet to this balloon, okay? And so now I need to get this up in the ceiling. And so let me go ahead and, gosh, this is fighting me. All right. And trying to show you guys all at the same time. It's kind of complicated. There's a groove in here that you want to put this down in. Okay. And so it will then look like this. Okay. Oh, gosh. See? Trying to show you and me doing it all at the same time is not working too well. So just trust me on this. All right. So now you're going to take your mag pole. Okay. And this is what I have here. And you're going to see there's different buttons on it. Can you see that? There's different buttons on this. And so I never have to lift this off the floor because this really extends far, okay? So I'm gonna put it on right here so I don't have to go, and I'm gonna move this up so you can see, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and extend this. Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna extend this. Now there's little holes in this. So once you extend it, you pull it and it latches, okay? And there's several sections because this goes really tall, okay? So can you guys see? I want to make sure you can see this before I connect it. All right, so now that it's attached, I'm going to carefully bring this down so I don't pop one of those balloons with that coil thing, okay? So I never left the ground with this. So all I'm doing is, let you see what I'm doing. All I'm doing is bringing this back down. See there's little holes? And snapping it right back into place. And that's done. Now when it's time, if you have to come straight, you'll just stick this coil through that ring and then you just pull it off the ceiling and that's it. All right, be sure to give this a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. As always, remember, you are the designer. Happy decorating, y'all.